Hey everyone, I'm just waiting for more people to come. If you can hear me, can you please write a comment and say hello? I can see one person, two person. Hello, Carla, hello. Hi, Aria. Hello, bonjour. Can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? All right, so tonight I wanted to make a live video about just an update about what's happening with the Yellow Vest movement. So I just would like to answer questions. So I'm going to give some update, but if you have any questions about how the Yellow Vest movement is going on, what is happening with the RIC, can you please just write a comment? And I'd be happy to exchange with you guys. So I think there's going to be people from all over the world. So please write in English or in French. I can try to translate. Yeah, it's about you tonight. So yeah, just tell me, what do you want me to speak about? So we have to wait for our post to be approved. Nope, I can read them straight away. Hi, Carla. Hi Lynn, hi Keith. So you're sharing as fast as you can, as I can. Thank you, beautiful. So do you have any question about the RIC? Do you have any question about how to set up a Yellow Vest movement in your area? So if you have no question, I'm just going to start to talk. So you can hear me fine, great. So yes, a lot of people are asking me questions about how to start a local Yellow Vest movement. But the thing is that, they're asking questions about how did we do in France to have so many people that comes together. And the truth is that, thanks, Colin. The truth is that we have so many people who are unhappy with what's going on in France that, we just get upset and more upset and more upset. And we're lucky enough to have a government that was so stupid that he basically let us continue getting upset and more upset and more upset until now things are getting out of control. So the truth is that we haven't really done anything to bring and gather people around us. We just decided to get upset and just go out. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Aria. So I could see that things are happening in Canada. I can see that things are happening in Israel. I can see things happening in Hungary, Slovenia, Spain, England, Ireland. Ireland is doing a massive work. And something is telling me that this is not going to stop. It's just the event that we were all hoping for, and France is just opening the path. I just would like to bring everyone's attention on one point, which is that the Yellow Vest movement is all about protesting, yes, but without a solution, without bringing a solution about the RIC, RIC, referendum initiated by the citizen. We would just be another Occupy, like how Occupy started, everyone was excited about that, and then nothing, because they were fighting frontally the finance. They were just trying to shut down the finance, and it didn't work because the finance are stronger, because they create the money out of thin air. Like, I hope most of you knows that, but today money is created out of thin air. It doesn't have any value. It doesn't have any counter value to balance it. So the reason why France is getting so strong today is just because there are so many people who are unhappy, and they just decided to try something. It's coming from the country. It doesn't come from It hasn't been organized, it hasn't been decided. It's just people who just decided to go out and do something all together. So if we did that, you guys can do it as well. Like it's not rocket science, and you don't have to. And this is really, if you had to keep one message from me, from everything that I'm saying, everything that you saw about me, if you just have to keep one message from me, is stop looking around you, stop complaining about others. What can you do today that can make things better? What can you do? Like, if you're good in computer, do computer stuff. If you're good in acting, do movies. If you're good in speaking and networking to people, do speaking and networking. If you're good in educating, educate people, like educate yourself first about the referendum initiated by the citizen, and then educate others. Do something. Stop looking around and pointing at fingers about what this guy has done bad or what this guy has done bad. What can you do? What can you do? Well, how can you inspire others every day to do something better? This is really my message, and I have so many people now starting to, like, thank you so much for everyone. Like, I'm receiving so many beautiful messages from all across the world, and like, to be honest, I feel sometimes that, like, I haven't started anything, guys. Like, just to be honest, I haven't started the Yellow Vest. I just made a video to share years and years of research about this referendum initiated by the citizen principle, and I just wanted to share that message with everyone. And like, I haven't started the Yellow Vest. Thank you if you think I did that. I would have loved to do it, but no, I haven't started the Yellow Vest. I hope it's clear. I'm just this French citizen which has the skill to be able to speak French and English, which is not that common in France, unfortunately. And I'm just sharing my message in the world. I also worked a lot on, like, understanding how this whole mess is going on, and I'm just trying to educate people about that. So, yeah, just a sec. Here we go. Okay. So yes, this is said. I'm just going to read a little bit the messages. So, what is your solution for the upcoming yellow movement? Do you consider a cooperation with current government? The short answer is no. We are not going to cooperate with some people who are beating up their citizens. We are just going now to... So we tried a peaceful way, and the peaceful way didn't really resonate in those ears. So now we're going to do basically, like, we're just going to make a mess. We're going to make a mess, and this is going to be... not violent, like, we're never going to be violent. We're just going to use civilian disobedience. I think this is the best we can all do, like civilian disobedience. So we're just going to hack the system in any way, shape or form. We're going to take the money out of the bank. We're going to block the highway. We're going to, like, spread the message of the referendum initiated by the citizen as much as we can. It seems that that's an amazing update. When I started the Yellow Vest movement, which was the day one I was outside, I was already protesting. No one really understood what was going on. No one really imagined that the Yellow Vest movement would be that big. Okay, like, when I say that big, is that today there's probably at least 20 countries which are using the Yellow Vest movement as a way to spread information, which is huge. Like, 20 countries is huge. My only issue about that is that if you only speak about the Yellow Vest, you are only giving 50% of the information. If you are not bringing the referendum initiated by the citizen, then the Yellow Vest movement would just be another Occupy. It's just going to be another movement, people protesting, not happy. The people in power would just wait for us to get bored, and then they're just going to move into another space. So, yeah, like, today what people need to do is to be efficient. You guys need to be efficient. I received a lot of beautiful messages from people, but also starting to receive a lot of messages from, let's call them lunatic people who are just getting really crazy very quickly. Like, luckily we can isolate them pretty quickly. We can really, because there's no conversation. It's all about, like, oh, you think that, so therefore you think that, so therefore you are that, so therefore I can't talk to you. So, okay, cool. Yeah, you're giving questions and answers. So it's actually much, much easier for me to understand that you are not here to talk. You're here to take, to harass, to impose. So therefore, there's no point for me talking to you. So goodbye. So I didn't have many of that, but it seems that some people, especially, and I don't want to say anything about that because I don't think at all, I don't want to reduce any people, but a lot of people from America seems to have a really deep issue in shutting their mouth and just taking a deep breath and relaxing and just having a peaceful conversation about really, really, really important topics that require more than are you from left or are you from right? Okay, like politics is not about left or right. Politics is not about good or bad. It's about being capable of changing the world or being a slave. Okay, so that's the thing that people need to understand. It's not about category. I know you've been programmed to believe that, yeah, you need to be, if you're on one side, you're the good guy. If you're on the other side, you're the bad guy. Like, wake up, grow a little bit. It's not, reality is not that level of binary, okay? Like, there's a level of binary, of course, but it's not about good and bad. Because you know what, at the end of the day, and now people are waking up at that reality, good and bad are the two sides of the same coin, okay? Like, there's no difference between left and right. There's no difference between up and down. It's just two aspects of the same reality. Okay, so every time that you're going to look from outside solution, if you look at the coin, no matter if you look from like one side to the other side, the only remaining truth, and this is from a spiritual perspective as from a materialistic perspective, the only reality, the only real truth is that you are watching. So you are doing the action of watching at reality and seeing those two sides. The two sides are just an illusion, the illusion of separation, okay? Like, but the truth is that you are here and that matter. Your life matter, your existence matter. Because you're here, the world exists. And this is the thing that everyone needs to remember every time they want to argue with someone. Oh, did you vote for Bernie? Or if you vote for Bernie, so therefore you're for Clinton. Or if you're not for Clinton, so therefore you're for Trump. Or if you're for Trump, then you're against immigrant. And if you're against immigrant, you're like, stop, just bloody stop. Stop this narrative in your brain. Like, just take a deep breath, calm down. It's all going to be okay. Just wear your yellow suit, go out, speak about the referendum initiated by the citizen, explain how today we have to move from that representative democracy to a participative democracy where we will participate. We will not make decisions for people. No one needs to make decision for everyone, but we all can participate to that decision making. Okay, like that's the key point. It's not about like, and if people are starting to get crazy about how the minority is going to influence the majority, guys, wake up, it's already there. The minority, which is the 1%, is already dictating to the 99.99% what they have to do. Okay, so get this out of your brain, like thinking that suddenly Muslim people are going to trigger a referendum initiated by the citizen and then the 50% of the population are going to vote for the Sharia to be installed. Think about that. How do you think that 50% of the population will vote for Sharia to be installed, okay? Or maybe if the people are so stupid and so debilitated by lack of education and everything, then they will make stupid things. Great, that's a good point. So therefore, what do we need to do? We need to separate politics from education. So we need to give the right education to people. We need to put the right information to the TV. Oh yeah, but TV are controlled by billionaires. Great. Let's do a referendum initiated by the citizen to ask the population, do you think that the media should be entirely separated from the state and should have entire independent funding? So therefore, no billionaire or no state can actually control that. So therefore, you can expect that your population, your citizens will actually be educated with the right information. Okay, so every time you think problem, the RIC will bring the solution. Okay, that's the key point. If you don't understand that, then watch my videos because you need to bring that thing in your brain because the RIC is new. In any time, never in our whole human history, we had that opportunity to that our voice can matter and that our voice can change the world. They like the people in power make us believe that protesting was okay and that we could change something, but they will only allow us to protest. Okay, and this is what's happening today in France. I don't know if you saw, like, this is a joke. They're like, okay, if you want to protest, you have to go in this direction and then turn left and turn right, and don't make too much mess, you know, because like you can protest, but in the limit of the human right and like all this bullshit, you know, like this is ridiculous. When you protest, you want to express your disagreement. You don't need anyone to tell you like you need to do this and do that. You know, it's pathetic, you know. And it's completely useless anyway. So protesting doesn't make any difference. So what do we need to do now is to have the legal instrument that will allow us to change the system from inside. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm just going to read some comments. Go ahead, talk. Thank you. Were you promoting petition? So why are you promoting petitioning the slave masters? It seems to be an interesting question, but I don't understand it. Why are you promoting petitioning the slave masters? Okay, so you're trying to say that we are addressing a petition to the slave masters. No, because we want to be the slave masters. We want to be our own slave masters. So the petition is only the first level. When the petition is agreed, then the 50% of the population need to vote for that. So the slave masters doesn't do what they want to do. So it seems to be an interesting question, but by asking this question, you're actually proving that you don't understand what the RIC is. The RIC is not about giving the power to the slave master. The RIC is about controlling the slave master or getting rid of them if we disagree with them. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Wishing all you Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, William. Hi, James. Isaiah, did Facebook interrupt this? No, it must be my connection, sorry. Are the police still against the yellow vest in France? It's complicated to say, because like we think to believe that a lot of cops are yellow vest in their heart, but they are still blocked by their job and they can't really join us the way they would want to. So it's a bit disappointing, but we're starting to see more and more cops who are speaking, and I even share military speaking, cops and military speaking without even protecting their face and saying like, we are the yellow vest, we also are yellow vest. And that message is going to do its job, okay? That message is going to spread. Some people, some cops would be outraged to see that, and some others would be like, wow. Some people are starting to talk. So again, stop looking at others, look at yourself. What can you do to inspire others? This is truly my message. What can you do every day to inspire others? You sound more Swabian Israeli than French Australian. Is in an attempt to make like think that I am infiltrators. I'll have some people who said like I'm infiltrated, I'm blah blah blah. Like if you want to believe that, James, like you're free to go. Like I'm not blocking anyone here. Impossible to watch skip, Rick. The internet is very slow in many places in France. Yeah, sorry guys. January 7th, the French satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo was the first target in a series of... that's way too long, guys. No, that's too long. I can't read this one. Alberta, Canada, the right seems to have taken the yellow vest. They are pro... Okay, so that's the typical comments like that I'm trying to avoid. In Alberta, Canada, the right seems to have taken up the yellow vest. They are pro-oil and anti-socialists, feel like hijack the blah, blah, blah. Very frustrating. Stop being frustrating, Carmen. What are you doing to spread the RIC? What are you doing to bring the right information? Stop looking at what others are doing. What are you doing? Okay? What are you doing to go and hijack the hijacked movement and hijack the hijacked movement to spread the RIC? Okay, what are you waiting for? Find people, few like-minders. I'm sure there's going to be plenty tonight who are believing that the RIC is the solution, and bring the RIC into those things. Stop complaining and being frustrating. Act. Okay, transform that frustration, that energy into action, and use it as a fuel to move into a better future. Carla, we are such a vast country, almost 6,000 miles. We don't have a city like Paris together. That's not a problem. Paris is not France. Okay, like people are focusing on Paris, but what is going on today is going on in all across France. It doesn't, like Paris is just a tiny little place, but everyone thinks that France is Paris, which is ridiculous. And has been something like 2,500 points last Saturday all across the country. okay, with a minimum of 100 up to 2 or 3,000 people per city. Like I think Toulouse had something like 5,000 people. Like I think we were probably more than 2 or 3 million people outside, even in like 2 days before Christmas. Okay, so we thought that there's going to be less people, but no, it actually has been really, really, really huge. So again, you can look for excuses. It's very easy to find excuses. Yeah, America is not France. America have guns. America, blah blah blah. Canada, blah blah blah. Stop excuse. What can you do every day that can make the world a better place? How can you wear your yellow vest every day, doing groups, taking pictures of yourself, hijacking the system, using the social media, sharing your message, spreading the words the same way I'm doing it? I see you, Roman. Yeah, James. You see me. Rick. Yes. Rick, really, yes. James, if you continue like this, I think I'm going to ban you. That's going to be much easier. Like, I don't like people who are spamming or harassing. Okay, so the Brits seems to be asleep still. Good evening, Roman. You see when I was talking, like this James Thompson? Yeah, I don't want even to do some ads, mate. You're going to be hijacked. You're going to be leaving this place because you are spammers, and you probably are a treaters paid by the system to try to stop this information to go out. So I would like all of you to see this type of attitude. This is the type of treaters to his kind that is paid probably by like Soros and team to actually come and stop this information to be spread, because this is the highest threat to the power that they ever came across. Okay, so this guy is called James Thornston. Of course, he must be a fake name. And he's trying to, like, whatever, mate, you're not going to succeed. Was this true? Used live ammo? So, no, they haven't. The cops haven't used the live ammo. They use plastic bullets, and the plastic bullet do a lot of damage. So it can break nose, it can break jaws. They even send like dispersion bombs, and some kids has their hand exploded because of that. They try to grab the bomb, and the bomb exploded in their hand, and we had like a few injured people who lose their hand. The majority of the people who died from accidents when they were blocking the circulation, for example. Like some people panicked, or some stupid drivers decided to do stupid things, and they killed a lot of yellow vests, which is a disaster in terms of human life. But this is entirely the responsibility of the government. By letting the situation getting worse and worse and worse and worse, the government is obviously showing its inability to manage the country, and is obviously proving that this guy do not have the choice. Basically, they don't have the choice. They cannot change anything. And they will never get out because they've been paid to be here. They're actors who are here to implement the wish of that 1% who decided that France needs to become the new China, basically, like through the Pact of Marrakesh. It seems that now we're going to be forced to receive 900,000 new immigrants per year over the next 30 years. And those immigrants will be more than happy to work for like $1 an hour, something like that. So France is going to become the manufacturer, the Chinese manufacturer of Europe, and that's what the French people don't want. That's as simple as that. What is up with Macron? Haven't heard a peep about him lately. Yeah, that's funny. Macron is too busy traveling. He was in Argentina, now he's in Chad. He's traveling, all the country is in fire, people died, and he's traveling. You know, like that's how amazing this so-called democracy is about. Like people that you gave your power do not care at all. Like they don't give a shit about your life. They don't give a shit about your opinion. And this is why the RIC is so important. The RIC is the key for the people to regain power, to not even regain, because we never had power. We had the illusion of power. This is the first time in our whole history that we have a chance to gain power over the actual situation. James, you're annoying. You're really annoying. Can someone ban this guy? I don't want to see his. Like, you're really annoying, mate. You're treaters. We see you. We know who you are. You're a traitor. This is nothing short of revolutionary, as it renders most politically irrelevant what role do you see them playing? So some politician, like everyone, you know, it's not white or black, you know. There are stupid people everywhere. Like tonight we have James, he's the stupid guy for tonight. We have good people, which is 99% of the humanity, and then you have politicians have good people, politicians have bad people. We can't just say that they're all bad. A lot of people who are good do not have a voice because they're not a part of that club, you know, the club of the elite that do whatever they want. It's we need to work with some of them as long as we can keep an eye on them and we can control them. And that's what the RIC. So I'm just going to refresh a little bit for those of you who doesn't understand what the RIC is. So there's the easiest way to see them, and there are 4 of them. So you have the legislative, which allow people to trigger referendum about a law. So you want to vote a law, so you basically express that law, and you want the rest of the population to decide, is this law should be implemented right now into the legal system or not? If they say yes, bam, it's done. That's legislative. The second one is abrogatory. Abrogatory is to basically to remove a law. So let's say, for example, a deputy or a representative pass a law and that law is going against the general interest, we can trigger now a referendum initiated by the citizen to say, like, guys, do you want that law to stay or do you want that law to get out? Okay, that's the abrogatory. Then you have the revocatory, which is when you elect a person and that person do exactly the opposite of why he has been elected. Instead of waiting for 4 or 5 years to get rid of him, you can trigger a referendum to get rid of that person, basically, and said, yeah, no, you obviously are a liar, so we don't want to see you again, bye-bye. And the 4th one is the constitutional. So the constitutional is allowing people to trigger referendum to change an element of the constitution. And each referendum can have different gradient, different rule. Like we as citizens, as people, can adapt those laws and those rules to guarantee that we're going to be safe from any form of hijacking. So, like if we put the entrance of the RIC too high, like if you need to have a too high number of people, then it would be easier for groups like union or religious people or political parties to trigger those referendum. But if the numbers is too low, if the entrance number is too low, then people can trigger referendum all the time, and that could be annoying for the rest of the population. So this cursor needs to be adjusted by the citizen themselves. Okay, so we're gonna make mistakes. This is not a problem about making mistakes. Today, politicians are making mistakes every single day, and they never learn about their mistakes. They never. Or really rarely they apologize for the mistake that they made, especially when those mistakes cost billions of dollars and millions of lives. They never really like express any remorse, as we could unfortunately hear that way too often on TV. So making mistakes is not a problem. Like people need to be able to make mistakes because that's how nature allows us to learn. Okay, so the RIC is an amazing tool to actually learn how to take control of our life, our reality. And if we're going to make mistakes, that's okay. You know, like we're going to readjust slowly. We're just going to make all the protection that will guarantee that the mistakes will not have dramatic consequences. Okay. If there's too many people that can trigger RICs and it's going to be a little bit annoying, that's okay. That's okay. Like that's less worse than letting people, psychopaths, taking power over us and doing whatever they want. Okay. Like always keep in mind that the tiny little mistakes that could happen through the RIC are nothing compared to a minority of people today, of psychopaths who are working together and promoting their friends doing together are doing to us. Okay, like keep this in mind. So is it true to protest numbers are going down and it takes media telling us? So no, it's not true. We're getting more and more people. Like it's a little bit complicated because now we're getting close to Christmas and it's getting really cold as well. So like this has to be taken in consideration. But if you just look at the videos that I could share, like from what I can see, it seems that there's more and more people coming they're less active during the week. And I don't know if you know about that, but basically Paris is now a protected area. So they block the people to go into Paris. So that's the funny things. Like if you go into Paris now, you can't wear a glove, you can't wear a hat, you can't wear a yellow vest, of course. And the cops are blocking you from coming in. And the glove, why? Because you could put stone into the glove and throw in the glove. This is bullshit, of course. So the truth is that they want to make us weak as much as possible. So we're not going to stay long. And also because now when you go into Paris, they park you into specific streets and they block you for hours and hours and hours. And then they send you like lacrimogene bombs to irritate you. So then you can get upset and really outraged, and then can film you saying, oh, look at those violent people, how bad they are. I actually posted one. Oh, I don't know if I did that yet. Maybe I'm going to do it later. It's very funny. So it was like peaceful protesters in the street talking together and chatting, and suddenly you see cops coming, like literally you have 5 cops coming, and they're sending bombs in the middle of the people. The people are just jumping around, say, what the hell are you doing? And then you see them jumping on the bike and running like crazy. Except that 2 people stay there, like, I don't know, something happened to the bike couldn't start. And then suddenly the people was so furious that they just jump on the cops and send them back the lacrimogene and starting to fight. And a policeman took the gun and I don't know, target the person with the gun. And everyone was like, whoa, what could happen? Like if the bullet was triggered, like, but this is not even the craziest. The craziest is that when this video came on the mainstream media, they only show when the people were getting crazy and starting to fight with the policemen. They didn't show peaceful people talking together and policemen coming and throwing bombs. That's the level of manipulation. But the problem for them is that we now have the video. We have the full sequence. So they cannot lie to us. They cannot show half of the truth, saying, oh, look at those violent people. We can now actually prove them, like, look, what the hell are you expecting? We've been blocked. We've been, sorry, losing my words. We've been humiliated. We've been betrayed by everything that could even be imagined, by the trust, by the politics, by everything. And those people are still remaining peaceful. And what do? You send them bombs of dispersion. What the hell do you expect? Like, we are still men, we're still humans. And when the people get crazy, then the media comes there and say, oh, look how those people are violent. And this is really like the level, the ground zero of dignity, the ground zero of humility, the ground zero of humanity. Those people are scumbags. There's no term about that. And I don't care like if it's about like paying their rent or paying or bringing order. Like, this guy has no heart, no dignity, no honor. Like, those people, and then they're gonna cry saying, oh, look, those people are violent. Like, anyway. So no, the protests are not slowing down. We're just like now organizing ourselves differently. So instead of going into the center of Paris, we actually do the tour of Paris. But of course, this is less sexy for the media, like it's less impressive. But just to give you information about what happened yesterday, and this actually shows how pathetic the French government is. Yesterday, the Yellow Vest actually said to the media and to the government, oh, we're going to go into Versailles, the castle of Versailles. And like stupid bastard that they were all waiting for us over there with like big like cops and media ready for them. And they were waiting until 8, 9, 10, and they're like, oh, fuck, there's no one. And the Yellow Vest actually went all to Montmartre. And they were like, oh, shit. They told us that they're going to come in Versailles, and they didn't come to Versailles, they went to Montmartre. And it's just like, oh my God, like those people, we think that those people are clever. We think that those people are powerful. We think that those people have all the strategies in the world, but they're bloody stupid. They're bloody stupid. Like, seriously, like we believe that they have like always, and that's why I hear so many conspiracy theory about like what's going on in there and the knowledge and the technology and that. And the truth is that like we're facing stupid people who are arrogant and believe that they can lie to us because that's their tool. Their tool is to lie to people and lie and lie and lie and lie with a big smile, you know, like, I love you, I'm here to help you, you know. And this is their power. And their power is our ignorance. Their power is the fact that we're good people. Because good people naturally believe that people are good. And because they're good, they think that people are good. And when they realize that, oh shit, people around me are not good, then suddenly they become paranoid. And they're like, oh yeah. And because being betrayed is probably the highest and harder thing that can happen in your life. Like when you betrayed once, when you gave your trust to something and something betrayed you, like no matter if it's for love or job or politics or anything, like parents, you will have that scar during your whole life. So people are good and they want to believe that people are good, and that's our biggest weakness. And it is time for us now to grow up a little bit and just like, yeah, just having a little bit of discernment. I think the key words is discernment. Yeah, like don't send me more messages about conspiracy theory. I'm not going to share any conspiracy theory on that page because it's all about discernment. Discern between good and bad. Not choose good or bad. Not live through the past or the future. Live with the past. Live with the future. Live with the good. Live with the bad. Do not live through the good. Do not live through the bad. Do not live through the past. Do not live through the future. And this is wisdom, okay? Like you can have past experience which were pretty traumatic. Yes, okay, we all have been through that. But this is your responsibility in everyday's life to decide to live with the past, which is I'm living with the experience of what I've been through, or to live through the past, which is like, oh, it happened to me in the past, so therefore it's going to happen to me again and again and again and again until I die, which is not true. Okay, you only know what is true today. You don't know what's going to be true in a day, in 2 days, in 3 days. Okay, so live with the past, live with reality. Do not live through reality. Okay, do not live through the left, through the right, through the Democrats or the whatever. Even religion, don't live through it. Live with it. Okay, like, and that's another very powerful message for people. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. All for the common good of man. Yes. Is the country protecting actively? Yes, there's many countries. There's about 20, I believe, who are actively moving. But guys, again, think about what you can do to bring your country to that point. Wear your yellow vest, inspire others, referendum initiated by the citizen, watch videos. Unfortunately, there's not many videos in English, so I made a few. Don't listen just about me. Listen about all the source that you can do. There's a beautiful website in Australia that is explaining a lot of information about that. I can share the link about it, and you can learn again. This is such a huge, massive topic that it took me 8 years to understand what it is. Not 8 years, sorry. It took me like a good 6 to 7 months, but I studied that for 8 years now. So now I understand what it is. So if you don't get it straight away, that's fine. It's a process. It's an educational process. So watch videos, share these videos, organize groups with friends. You can have parties and bring friends and say, guys, this is so important. This is our life. Speak to young generation. No barriers, no limitation, no boundaries. Speak to young generation, like teenagers. They are so open to it. You will be amazed how open they are because it's so important for them, because the future look a nightmare for them, you know. They're really scared about their future because they see the world and they're like, whoa, the adults are crazy. The adults are fucking losing their mind. And we are going into that reality, and we're going to hope that those people are going to tell us what to do. Like those people are really much more open than aged people, because aged people, they failed during their whole life. You know, they tried once, twice, 3 times, 20 times, and it never worked. So they lose the faith. Instead of questioning the way they did, they live through the past, you know, like the example that I gave before. They live through their failure, so therefore they will not grow, they will not evolve. Where young generation are open to that. They're open to, okay, what can we do differently? How can we think out of the box to bring new things? And that's what the RIC is about. The RIC is about thinking out of the box and bring a new system into place. Hey, brother. See you from America. Big business runs the show. Yes. So our numbers reducing in France? No. We'll need to stand against the globalist elite. Yes, so stand against the globalist elites. Okay, so let's talk about this topic. How can we stand against the globalist elites? First, we need to understand how they get their power from us. They get the power from us from our votes, but our votes is not just when we put the paper into the box. every time that we're buying a product, we are voting. Okay, so for example, if you're buying a product that is made by Monsanto, that belongs to Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever, all those big companies, you are voting for them. You're giving them your power. Every time that you're working with local producers, every time that you're working with direct producers, first of all, it costs cheaper. Second, you can control the quality. Third, you stop feeding the beasts, okay, the big corporation. So how do you stop the globalists? Not just by standing outside, just by everyday's action. How can you avoid to feed the beasts every day of your life? So, thanks, Sonny. Reconcile church and state. Yeah, this one is a hard one. But again, with the referendum issued by the citizen, again, people could decide. So a topic that comes back often is the fear of immigrants, how immigrants are going to participate into the RIC. And this is a great topic because as a nation, you should have the right to decide who can participate to the RIC or not. Okay, like if someone just came recently and didn't really, because I believe that every good people do not really care about immigrants as long as they can feed their family, as long as they can be happy with that, and as long as the people who are coming into your country will respect your culture, will respect your laws, will respect your values, and will give as much as they take. Like, I think I summarized the idea pretty well. Okay, it's not about like, are you white, are you black, are you, like, it's about, do we share common values? Like, you don't have to agree 100% with who I am, but as long as we can talk respectfully and as long as you can enrich my culture as much as you get enriched by it, then therefore there's no problem, you know? Like, that's how good people think. And then good people can be convinced that immigrant are the problem. And most of the time, the people who are pointing the fingers are just pointing the fingers, so therefore you don't point the fingers at them, okay? So I don't have anything against religion. I don't have anything against immigrants. It's just common sense, okay? Like church don't pay tax. Like, let's talk about this, okay? Like, let's think about like, okay, church are about this and that. So like, okay, I don't want to come too deeply into that topic because that could be a big one. But yeah, like I don't have anything against religion. I don't have anything against immigrant as long as everyone is free to speak freely and never like hurt anyone physically or don't impede on the value. Okay, if the value is that life is important, then therefore if you're a member of a religion that think that we can kill people and that's okay, then therefore you're not sharing my values. So try to find a country on earth that will allow you to live, like maybe an island. We can have an island for like, I don't know, pedophile and satanists, so they can actually breed together and kill each other, you know, like, but stay away from us, okay? Like, because good people don't want to have to deal with that shit. Okay, let's see, next question. Thanks guys, you're doing a great job with gems. Stupid troll. Ashish, no master, no slave. Thanks, brother. So thank you for your post. I see them. Sorry, I can't answer you, but thank you. You're doing a great job. Andreas, Roman James is trolling. I know he's a troll. He's a stupid, and he's happy. He has his minutes of famous. Like, everyone look at me. Like, that's the level of education that we're in. Like, people are now so thirsty for existence. Like, I exist by saying that you are a liar. I exist by claiming that I have authority. I exist because I'm paid for that. You know, I'm paid to deteriorate the situation, and we're not going to feed that energy, bro. Sorry. I still love you, James, by the way. You piece of shit. Bonjour, Bruno. Jonathan, hey, brother. Ivan, Viva la Yellow Vest. Yes. Do you have any question, guys? I'm looking for questions. Kick that phone out. Yeah, we're going to kick this out. We need members and those watching to understand the reality of what is going on ground versus mainstream media. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, bro. Lynn, 51% of the population, if your country is a corporation like Canada. Lynn, do you know any country that is not a corporation? That's the question. No, there's not. They're all corporation. We are not having any, I think maybe except Iran or what's the name, like North Korea is maybe the only organic country remaining. So like all the other countries in the world are corporation, and they are corpse orating, so they're dead speaking body. But that's okay. It doesn't mean that we will not, because we are living bodies. And this is again, like, that's a good, let's have that diversion here. So for those who are not aware of that, thank you, Lynn, for this question. For those who are not aware of that, most of our countries in the world are not organic nations anymore. They have been hacked by a whole bunch of billionaires, and now they became corporations. So if you think it's a conspiracy, make some research, you will see. And the first level of that corporation entity is us. Why? Because when we are born, we have to be registered. When we are registered, we get under the regis. So regis is the king. So therefore we belong to the king. Our body belongs to the king, because our soul doesn't belong to us, because we are not inhabiting this body. So we're just dead body talking. That's corporation. That's why our names are written in capital letters. Do your research. It's a huge topic. Look for Jordan Maxwell. Look for, I'm sure there must be a lot of updated version of that, but that's the only one that came to my mind. In Australia, there's a lot of people like the Glossa channel, GLOSSA channel is amazing. Those guys are doing a tremendous job. Mac Holtz is doing an amazing job over there as well. Like get your head around. This is a fabulous topic. But again, the power only can be taken from people who agree to leave the power go away. If tomorrow we take our power back, no matter what laws, what magic, black magic they put in place and stuff like that, this will disappear. Okay, so again, we're not focusing on the problem, we're focusing on us. It's not about what is outside of your reality, it's about what is inside your reality. It's about what do you have in your heart, how do you feel, what can you bring to your world, how can you shine your light. Okay, that's why I like this yellow vest movement, because it's about shining your brightness in the darkness. Okay, it's about that. William, yeah, James, yeah, I just want attention. Serbia is rising as well. Go Serbia. Can you develop a website with fitted domains where we can get the right information? Yes, Tony, I would love to, but I'm all by myself. I'm managing 6 groups by myself. I don't have a secretary. I'm just a simple dad, okay? By the way, if you want to support me a little bit, guys, I post something in my Facebook page. If everyone that is saying thank you, Romans, blah, 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 could just put $5, I would already like not having to think about how I'm going to pay my rent this month. So that would be amazing. Like just $5 can change my life. Do not hesitate. It also makes me feel that it's not just about, yeah, I'm going to support you by distance. It also makes me feel like, yeah, buddy, we're here. Like it's $5 is not a lot, but if I can give you that $5, yeah, like I'm doing it. I'm voting for you. That's the idea. The RIC is about voting and giving to the people that you value. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of money. It's about taking your credit card, putting the $5, and if you can do that sometimes each month or each 2 months, that makes a huge difference. Okay, because I'm still having my family to take care of, and this is taking a lot of my time. So I'm working on building a website. I bought the thing. But you know what? In 2 weeks, I didn't have 1 minute to sit down and write this. Okay, why? Because I'm all over the place. I want to do too much things. I'm doing interviews. I'm speaking to people. I'm doing so much stuff. I don't have a minute even to change. You know, on my symbol, I bought. I think it's referendum initiated citizen, and I even make a mistake on the referendum. I put referendum, something like that. And I didn't have 1 minute in 2 weeks to sit down on a computer and change that things into referendum, okay? Because I bought the domain. So I would love to do all that for you guys, but you also need to help me because I'm getting really tired. I have a team of translators as well. If you're speaking French, English, and or other languages, please get in touch with me. I created a group of translators so people can spread that message in Russian, in Italian, in Spanish, in Chinese. We want the whole world to understand, to hear about the RIC. Okay, that's what I can do for the world. I can spread this, organize, put my time here to help people to organize themselves and spread that message. Islamization needs to be stopped, otherwise there will be no secular state. Again, bro, I can't agree with that. Islam is not like, if you say Islam, then you also need to say Zionism, Judaism, Catholic. You need to apply that to everyone, because each religion has the seed to become fanatics. Okay, like as soon as your belief becomes stronger than someone else's belief, then therefore you are bringing the terrain for war. Okay, so it's not about Islam, it's not about Jewish, it's not about Christian, it's about us not being able to calm down all that and bring our power to like balance that energy between politics and religion. Okay, like we need to separate both. Walked the street of Marseille yesterday and the Gilets jaunes and National Police. Yes, Marseille did a huge job yesterday. I'm from Marseille, by the way. I don't have the accent when I speak English, but I'm from Marseille. So I grew up over there, and yeah, the energy over there is insane. The right haven't taken over the Yellow Vest movement in Canada. Stop listening to the fake news. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Michael. You're doing... and whatever they say, just stop listening. Think about your inner voice. Listen to yourself, what your inner voice is saying. Do your inner voice is telling you to continue, or do your inner voice tells you that you need to stop because some other people are doing the wrong thing? So, Jill, I'd say it's easier for lobbyists to line the pockets of one politician than million citizens. Here we go. Lobbyists can only control small groups. As soon as we get millions to make decisions, it's over. It is over. You can only corrupt groups. And I even talked last week with a German guy who was trying to protect the European Union. And I was like, wait a second, bro. Do you know what European Union is? It's about having deputy that we never elected, that we don't even know where they're coming from, what they're doing, whatever, who are entirely under the control of lobbyists. You know, the lobbyists stay in the corridor and they have a budget. We even know the amount of the budget. They have $5,000 or $7,000 per head, per parliament, people in the parliament, to pass their thing. They even write the laws, and if the guy said yes, then he has his ticket. And if he says no, maybe he's going to receive some threat like, oh, we know where you live, blah, blah, blah. They can do that with small amount of people. As soon as we use a referendum initiated by the citizen, how do you stop that? Or what? They're going to send letters to all the citizens of the country? They're going to corrupt the whole citizen of the country? It's impossible. The RIC will destroy that 1% system that is entirely pyramidal, and will level it first to something horizontal until it becomes circular. Okay? And I'm doing that movement because this is the heart. The heart is exploding and compressing and imploding and compressing. So the information needs to be able to do that from the outside to the inside and from the inside to the outside. And you need to have that constant movement. If it's only like this, if it's only getting up and down, it's only linear. Okay, it doesn't have that three-dimensional movement. Irene, I've been having Yellow Vest video taken down on Facebook today. Yes, Facebook is doing its job. It's working with a corporation. So yes, yeah, like again, doing again and again and again. And if it doesn't work with Facebook, that's fine. Just call your friends. Send them on Messenger. Send them videos on Messenger. And you said, please, like, watch this half an hour comment from this French guy. Like, do that thing. Just using your own, like, don't use your wall. Use your personal thing. They can't stop that yet. Maybe they're going to do it in the future, but they can't do that yet. Canada to unit common cause. Yes. Awareness, enlightenment, acceptance. Yes. Rick. Yeah. Looking for more questions. Yeah. Pathetic, James. Pathetic. But he's not going to stop, guys. Stop paying attention to him. He's paid. He's obviously paid to do that job. Yeah, you must be proud of you. Your mom must love what you're doing to support your brothers and sisters on earth. You're doing an amazing job. You know, I was talking about the bastards and the criminals who are choosing to pay their rent better than working with their brothers and sisters and to change the world. Yeah, I think you can put yourself into that space as well. Yes, the left infiltrates everything that seeks justice and fairness for our native people who the government have forgotten. I'm more true socialist than any of the new left. Okay, again, I don't want to comment on that because this is again the separation, left and right. It's not about left and right. It's not about social or not social. It's about us being powerful. Okay, Adelaine. It's about us being powerful. If we can be powerful, we will then change the system and we will not need left or right. Left or right will become entirely irrelevant. It will become citizens and citizens. That's it. The citizens will bring an opinion. That opinion will have to be shared with the rest of the population. Some people will say yes, some people will say no, and that's about it. And some people will say yes to things who are social. Some people will say yes to some stuff who are more from the right, and that's okay. Because like this system is so ridiculous, making everyone believe that the left has the monopoly of the heart-centered things and the right has the monopoly of the selfish stuff. Like, no, sometimes we're selfish, sometimes we are for others. This is not just white or black, it's entangled. Politics is all about entanglement. It's you can't separate them. If you still believe that, you obviously haven't understood what the RIC is. All governments are working to their own agenda, not that of the general population. Exactly. They are individual people working for themselves to be re-elected. Okay, when you understand that, of course, if their interest is to be re-elected, then your interest will come like way after. We're doing wonders. So you're actually 6 weeks ahead of us. Yellow vest last week for us. Yep. Alright guys, if you're just wasting time with James, he won. So he's winning. It's just like questions that we're not asking. Just ignore him. Politicians are full of themselves. Yes. What is the RIC ultimate aim? The RIC's ultimate aim is to give us power. That's it. So referendum initiated by the citizen is to bring us power. Did you listen to other videos before? I made many videos to explain what referendum initiated by the citizen movement is about. It's about being capable of triggering national referendum from our own initiative. It's about having constitutional right to trigger national referendum from our own initiative. Okay, by doing this, we are not begging to be listened. We take the power back. Okay, we get the power. What do you think of Brexit? Is not a business. I don't have any opinion. I'm not here to give any opinion about anything. Again, this is a part of the separation. If you are more interested about the Brexit than about the RIC, then therefore you're wasting your time and you're wasting my time. You don't care what I think about the Brexit. I'm no one. Okay, I'm not a friend. I'm not someone from a family. My opinion doesn't really matter for you, for whoever. The only thing that matters is if tomorrow you were able to change the system by yourself, if your voice could count into the balance, and if you could change the world by yourself, then like would that matter? And then the Brexit will not be about you or me or whatever. It will be about everyone. What everyone think about the Brexit, what everyone think about the Frexit, what everyone think about the EU, and it will not just be about thinking. It will be about knowing. It would be about understanding. It would be about researching. It would be about educating about it. Okay, it would be about all this. Okay, not just what do you think about this, because this is such a big question. So for we the people create repeal laws that serve our interests. Yes, Jill. I've watched the police making it look dramatic for nothing. Yes. Was that earlier? Media never show the full story. No. Oh wow, there must be a lot of, I think I must have missed a lot of questions. So, okay, I'm losing friends too who try to make out I'm very right-wing, but I'm not. Okay, so again, you know, you're going to lose friends as long as you're going to play that stupid game of right and left, okay? So instead of blaming your friends or blaming the universe for losing friends, maybe start blaming yourself for still thinking in terms of right and left, okay? One more time. So Canada is just getting bad for the government not being for us. Yes, like the rest of the world, not less, not more. So let everyone come together and bring back that light, warmth, humanity. No more elite rule, no more divide except the oppressed against the oppressor. Good luck, friends from the UK. Thanks, James. Yesterday was our 4th consecutive week protesting a UN Global Migration Compact downtown Vancouver, Canada. Yes, Michael, so if you're focusing against, again, the UN Global Migration Compact, if you're only protesting against that, you are not fighting to get powerful, okay? If you're fighting against something, like the last 60 years or 100 years of experience show us that protesting do not stop the bad people to do what they do, okay? I think you understand what it means. It means that protesting is useless. So when we are going to understand that protesting is what they put in place so we can like express our anger and everything. So like you can protest about the whole, there's infinite amount of things you can protest about. You just need one thing to be capable of changing the world, being powerful. How can you become powerful? Referendum initiated by the citizen, okay? So you can spend time and time protesting and wasting your time and energy for nothing, okay? Because you know what? They're still waiting for you to come and say, oh, I'm going to force you to do something. You can't. You don't have that power. If tomorrow you have the constitutional right to trigger national referendum and the majority of the people follow your point, which is what most of the good people would do, then you are powerful. If you're protesting, you would gather like 1,000, 2,000, even 10,000 people, and the day after they're just going to do whatever they want. The powerful would still do whatever they want. I hope you understand. I'm repeating again and again and again. I have my yellow vest. Come on, UK. We need to show the corrupt government that we won't allow this anymore. Yes, Joe. I've started writing RIC in my small yellow vest on paper money. Yes, perfect. Thank you. How many countries are planning yellow vests and supporting RIC or SEER? RIC or SEER is still complicated because, again, people are still hard to, like, I saw so many yellow vest movement popping up, but they don't bring the RIC. It's yellow vest, so people are getting out and they gather, which is good. You know, it's not bad. You go out, you gather, you recognize each other, you come together. But if you're not coming with solution, then you do just another protest. It doesn't bring any solution, it doesn't help. Ireland did a great job. They did a great speech. And the first revendication was referendum initiated by the citizen, or citizen-initiated referendum, SEER, which is exactly the same. So, but they actually made that speech. And during that speech, they actually said, look, the first point is that we need to have citizen-initiated referendum, okay? If you are making all the groups that you want and having people gather with yellow vest, yeah, it's going to be cool. Yeah, you're going to attract some attention. But until you bring the solution, it's just going to be one more. Because like, think about it, for years and years and years, a lot of generation just thought that it was good enough to go out and protest. And it did not. It did not stop the ultra rich to get more rich. It didn't stop the people who were in power to do whatever they want. It didn't stop any of that. Okay, there have been like a few improvements, but like this is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Like, oh yeah, now women have the right to vote. Yeah, okay, they have the right to choose their master as well. Great. Okay, not just men choose their master now. Women also can choose their masters. Yeah. Now women can also make money and be slave to a system and pay tax and participate to that insanity that we call society. Great, such an improvement. And we all there, yeah, great, we did that job, yeah. Are we still more powerful? Nah, of course not. But we are now all more in our misery. Okay, like we need to understand that. We're more miserable than we ever been before, and we're happy about that. Okay, we are not more powerful, we're just more miserable. Welsh Yellow Vest have protesters. There's Facebook. You're right. If they integrate work and live in peace, I'm happy for them to be here. Oh wow! Oh, so now I'm reading the things about the immigrant. Okay, that must have been okay. Miriam joined the peaceful protest. Many immigrants joined us in our peaceful protest. Native Canadians, true-born Canadian, Chinese immigrant Canadians. Here we go. Here we go. humanity, we're unified, all together, changing the world together. That's the message. It's not about left and right or yellow, white or black skin. Like we all bleed red, okay? We all bleed red, okay? And we are all powerless. Like 99.99% are powerless. These are exciting times. We live in, change is here, and it has started, and those with eyes open all over the world, we will not ever be able to go back to sleep. Nope. And that's another very important point. A lot of people are there, they're like, oh yeah, but this guy in France, I'm talking, this guy is from extreme right and he's talking about the RIC. That's not good. No. Whoever speak about the RIC is good. The more people hear about the RIC, the more the seed is going to be planted in people's brain, the better it's going to be for everyone. Okay? So no ostracism. Every help is welcome, no matter where it's coming from extreme left, from extreme right, whatever. As long as they're talking about the RIC, I'm happy. Okay? Because again, the extreme left and extreme right are just here to diverge people and to create that separation, that division, but they're all puppets controlled by the same puppet master. Okay? So this is all illusion. So no matter where the information comes from, referendum initiated by the citizen is a tool, it's a process, it's a mechanism. No matter where it's come from, every people who's going to talk about it is going to help the majority to learn about this and getting stronger. Well said about immigration. Thank you. Monterey, California, listening and in learning EU structure seems to be at the heart of Catalonia. Brexit, French protest. Have you said something about monetary sovereignty? No, I haven't talked about this, but again, I can't look. I'm already half an hour late in reading the questions, so like each topic should actually be like a 2 hours talk. But no, like I haven't talked about sovereignty monetary, but of course, when you get sovereign politically, you get sovereign at every aspect. You get sovereign military, you get sovereign with economy, you get sovereign with monetary creation and all that. So of course, the RIC could allow the facilitation of the immersion of decentralized currencies and alternative currencies system. Like today, we have to beg to be listened, or we have to be smarter than them. But with the RIC, we could impose that to the powerful. So there is a rumor that Yellow Vest protest is white, no ethical minorities. What do you say about this? First of all, I don't really listen to rumors. And second of all, the RIC movement is citizen. Okay, so if people think that they are not welcome because they're black or because they're minorities, then that's their problem. No one ever said that everyone is welcome. Even the police, the left, the right, the extreme left, the extreme right, anyone can wear a yellow vest. There's no limitation. The only thing that we're promoting is peaceful protest and referendum initiated by the citizen. A part of that, there's no limitation. That's the power of that movement. It doesn't stop anyone. We all recognize each other as brothers and sisters, and we're all a part of this 99.99%. Okay? Any news on Gilets jaunes demands presented to the National Assembly? So yeah, they put in place a movement, put in place a motion to vote the referendum initiated by the citizen for early January. We know that the majority will never vote it, of course. They will never allow that to happen, so we're not expecting this. But at least it will, again, allow more people to know about the referendum initiated by the citizen. They will hear this, and it actually shows who is for the people and who is against the people. Okay, so we can actually identify deputy, because and this is something that I wanted to do with local deputies. I wanted to go there and say, okay, have you heard about the RIC? No. I want to be filmed, of course. I want to be filmed and explain the person. Okay, so the RIC is about the right, constitutional right to trigger a national referendum from our own initiative. What do you think about that? And if the person in front of them is saying, oh yeah, no, now people are not wise enough to do things like this. You're like, okay, thank you for saying that in front of the camera, because now we know who you are. Now we know who is a real Democrat, who really care about people's opinion and who really cares about people's voice, and who is just caring about its own interests. So that's another initiative that you guys can do. You can just take a camera, film yourself with a friend, and just ask an interview with your local representative and explain them what the RIC is about, and ask them, okay, what do you think about this? And if the person is trying to avoid the question or trying to say like, no, that's not a good idea, So, okay, now we know who you are. Because like true representatives wants what is the best for others. And the good one normally shouldn't be afraid of citizens' opinion. The good one should be like, you know what? I would love you guys to help me to move away those bastards, because like I'm a good person, I would like to support you. But if the person is about, no, I want to keep my power over you because, you know, I'm the chosen one, yeah, that doesn't sound right. So can I ask, was it French police yesterday or PESCO? I don't understand your question, sorry. I don't know what PESCO is. Sorry. What are the French thoughts on the UN? I can't speak about the French people. I'm French, I can speak about myself, but as I said before, my opinion doesn't really matter. Where are corporation to? Yeah, person, corporation in law. Yes, a person is person. Person is a personality, it's a mask, it's not a living being. Okay, so a person is a corpse speaking. Corpse orating. I noticed that you are constantly attacked with tear gas. There are an abundance of gas mask, respiratory on eBay, especially in the UK. Yes, but when you have a mask, they do not allow you to pass the barrage. So they block you if you have a mask, they block you if you have even gloves. So that's how great those people are, you know, like, oh yeah, we want to let the people speak, but yeah, only if you're naked, basically. So change Facebook icon to a yellow vest to show support, and now who to trust. Exactly, yeah, you can start to do that and you will see who is truly yellow vest or not. Oh, PESCO is the EU police force. Okay, we don't really know. We haven't seen that many EU over the last week. I believe that the police EU is starting to get a bit busy with what's going on in the rest of EU, because I don't know if you know, but very important news. Sorry guys, I didn't say it before. Brussels get rid of his government last week or early this week. They protested for 2 weeks and the government quit. So yeah, France is obviously controlled by people who don't have the choice and have to stay because of the powerful people who paid for the election. But those guys, they just like get away in just 2 weeks. So great job, Brussels. You did a better job than us. I'm not sure Brussels fought for the RIC, unfortunately, but at least they get rid of a puppet and they're going to get another puppet. That's unfortunately the problem. Yes, strawman, yeah. If people want to learn more about the corpse oration and the corporation things, like just look for the strawman, legal strawman on YouTube, you will understand a lot. Yeah, we are many, there are few. Keep doing what you're doing, thank you. Question, how many countries are protesting now? How many been in touch, planning to? I don't know, I said 20 before, but I don't know exactly the number. We are lighting the candle that will lead us through the darkness to safe and sane future. Yes, Michael, that's my boy. This is like bad movie. Yeah, what's going on today is a bad movie. Denmark here too. Yeah, I received a few messages from Denmark. Yeah, it seems that things are moving a lot over there. Norway as well. Norway did a great job. I can babysit. Thank you. That's a good point. Watch Meet Your Strawman. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, watch this video. It's a great video. You will understand a lot, especially for English-speaking people. But this is working all across the world. Like, it's the same rule happening for every country. On January 7th, the French satirical weekly, 2015, Charlie Hebdo was the first target of series of... that's too long. That's way too long. Is the yellow vest a sign of sun worshipping? Maybe. We are light worshipping. We are worshipping the light. I don't know for the sun, but at least the light, yes. So Roman, please put a link in these comments for supporting you and any other specially funds for transport and food logistic. So yeah, the link is so I pin post a post in my main page, like the RIC referendum initiated by the citizen. And if you just want to send even $5, you can just send me a message. It will trigger a virtual assistant, and the virtual assistant will ask you, what do you want? Do you want to know more about the RIC, do you want to contact Roman or do you want to support? If you click on support, it will give you the choice. So you can actually pay like $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 or $200, whatever. And you can just pay with card. Or you can just see on the pin post and send me cryptocurrency if you have like Bitcoin, Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash. Thank you very much, Martin. It's very, very, very nice of you, very kind of you. Send Edwards, we need fun time, credit support for food, rent, etc. Yes, that would be nice if you guys can support me. That would be amazing. As I said, even $5, $10, like it's Christmas Eve. Be generous. You will not regret it. I will just do more and more and more live like this and spread messages. Like if you want to invite me to other groups as well, if you want me to speak to people, like as long as we don't have like crazy lunatics, I'm happy to have a rational conversation with people, imagining the different scenarios of the RIC, how the RIC can be installed in each countries, how can we support each other. I'm happy to spread this thing because it's not easy. It takes a little bit of time and we don't have all the answers. The beauty is that we just start a movement that is empowering human beings. What are we going to do with that power is our responsibility. Okay, it's not about like what others are doing, is what can we do as powerful people. Derek Winter, the Yellow Vest is about the workers being viable and count for the society. I don't know who you're answering to. Visible, thank you. Roman, Islam has non-negotiable issues to make victims for everyone born into it. Again, I'm not going to talk into Islam because I don't want to do like a comparison about like the missionaries and all the people who has been killed through the Inquisition by the Catholic, or like, you know, like every religion on earth has the potential to become dangerous. The question is about the danger of the religion. The question is about us being powerful enough to stop them. You are doing great, inspiration for all of us. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Lobbyists show their weakness when we see them focus on target, whether it is an individual policy or end goal. Yes. So how do we stop that? By all coming together and all being powerful and anonymous at the same time. Yeah, the Yellow Vest is a form of combination of anonymous, Occupy, plus, except that they bring the RIC on the top. When I say they, is that a month ago on the terrain, when I was talking to people around me, there was probably less than 1% of the people who knew about the RIC. 1 month later, now, last time that I've been to a big meeting, I asked around like who knows about the RIC. There was probably 80% of the people present who raised their hand. 80%. We came from less than 1% into 80% in 4 weeks. Okay, so I hope this gives you hope, because if you think this is too big, this is not gonna possible, this is not gonna happen, blah blah blah, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You just look for excuse. So just plant the seeds, do lives, speak to your friends, share these videos. If you don't feel comfortable, share these videos with all your friends and let them do and go through their process. Do you think global warming is true or just, again, this is my opinion and you don't give a shit about my opinion. I'm not here to give my opinion. I'm not here to play the division game. Okay, you don't care what I think. I'm no one. You are no one. We're not here about giving opinion. We're here to give a voice to the majority of the people. It's not here about what I think is the priority, blah, blah, blah. It's about what can we do as good people all coming together. I'm going to stop soon, so a few more questions. The UK government make the people pay for all their bill, furniture, etc. Claim it, all back expense, but they don't pay. We are imprisoned. Yes, this is again the problem we're going through. So get powerful. By being powerful, you will stop this situation. Okay. So again, the UK government do what the UK government wants. What you, Lisa, as a person, can do to inspire other, to bring other with you, and to change the world. It's not about what the bad people are doing. It's about what the good people are doing meanwhile. Okay. Keep this in mind. So what is your opinion on Strasbourg attack? My opinion is that you don't care about my opinion. You are deluded, friend. When Islam has enough number to make difference, then it does, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Islam is the enemy, blah, blah, blah. And we are the good people because we are on the good side of the thing. Great. Then openly state, then yet so many people decide to ignore it. Please give us the short answer. This is common question. What is RIC? I already said, bro, please don't make it, say it again. Constitutional right to trigger national referendum from citizens' initiative. Referendum initiated by the citizen, RIC. This is the page you're in, okay? That's the page, okay? So it's not about yellow vest, it's about referendum initiated by the citizen. So do your job, watch the previous video that I did, and get educated, please. Go off the grid, live in a van and be free. Yes, brother, that's the solution. Yeah, that's actually a very important topic. Again, every time that you're voting for someone, every time that you're giving your money to someone, you are co-sharing the responsibility of what you're promoting. This is something that we haven't say enough. We didn't say that enough. Every time that you're buying something, you're giving your money to sponsor someone to do something. If you're sponsoring Nestle, if you're sponsoring Coca-Cola, if you're sponsoring Apple, if you're sponsoring all those people, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying do it consciously, saying, okay, if I don't have the choice, if I really, really, really don't have the choice, then I'm happy to pay that thing. But keep in mind that every time you're giving your money to someone, you are voting for this person. You are giving your power away, or you are giving a portion of your power away to that person. And that person, you don't know what they're going to do with your money. But you're going to be co-sharing the responsibility of what they're going to do with it. So every time that some companies are enslaving children or making children works in mine and stuff like that, or every time that these companies are connected to corruption and everything that has to do with it, if you're using their product, you are responsible as well. Okay, it's not about just, let's put a piece of paper in a box and hoping that someone is going to make decision for me. No. You are sharing that responsibility. Not many people showing the yellow vest. No, tonight, yeah, that would be cool if everyone listening to that right now find a yellow vest somewhere on the web, or you can take one from the website and put it there just to share. Look, I'm with you guys. I'm with you. Power to the people of the world. Yes. Who are the men with the police who are not in uniform? Who are the men with the police who are not in uniform? Sorry, I don't understand the question. Not so easily with the family, especially starting up and transition. Yeah, my yellow vest is in my back windscreen. Yes, that's what's happening. Oh, another trick. If you have a printer at your place, can you just pick my We to RIC and print it and in yellow and paste it on the front of the windscreen and the back of the windscreen. So every time that people stop below you, they're like, referendum initiated by the citizen, what this RIC is about. Okay, so that's really powerful. Again, very cheap. You just like print it in yellow. You use the scissors, a little bit of paper, and you just put it on your car inside. So again, very simple solution. We need a spokesman like you, so well here in Canada to bring us together. Guys, I'm making videos. Share these videos. That's not complicated. Oh, by the way, I have a YouTube channel, and now the translator team is working to translate that into 10 or 15 different languages. So you have no excuse. Okay, go into my YouTube channel, subscribe to it. I can post a link on the main page, and subscribe, watch the videos and share the videos. They're going to be French video translated in English. They're going to be English video translated into 10 different languages. So if you have people that you know in China, in Russia, in Zimbabwe, you can send them the video and they will still be able to watch and bring this, because the whole planet needs to understand what the RIC is about. Hello from Australia. Good day, mate. We are getting organized. We love you guys. Thank you for sparkling the global movement. You are an inspiration for everyone. Oh, thank you, bro. Oh, it's a girl, Georgina. Thank you, Georgina. Hello from Scotland. Oh, the Scottish. You're doing an amazing job, bro. I'm so proud of you. You're doing such a great job. Scotland, Ireland, UK. You guys, I know you don't always love each other, but guys, come together and bring the RIC, referendum initiated by the citizen. Bring this so you can vote to get rid of the Queen if you want to, because like I'm sure the future will be like all the monarch, all the sovereign, like they would just get away. Like the people, I don't know if you saw that. I actually even made that asked a friend of mine to make that. I changed the bill, the $1 bill, and I changed the All Sinai with the RIC. Okay, so that's a very powerful symbol. We changed the All Sinai, which is the Illuminati symbol, by a referendum initiated by the citizen. Okay, we become what is on the top of the pyramid. We, and that's the loop that I was talking about before, we become the powerful that is controlling ourselves. Okay, so it's not just people who are separate from us, it's us. Okay, like, so no matter what you think about the queens and the sovereign and the pope and all the people above yourself, we are powerful. We are powerful. Human beings are powerful. There's not like different category, like of people who have the good bloodline and people who don't have the good bloodline. This is bullshit. We are all powerful. Dude, you rock. Love from Portugal. Love you guys. Roman, do you have another platform in This Goes? I don't understand the question. Hello from Canada. Chris Holiday. Well said. Thank you. Term left and right have different meaning in different countries, so use more common terms. Socialism, globalist. Same shit. Same shit. Same shit. We don't care about the separation. We don't care. It's about globalism or nationalism. Like they even make us be feeling guilty because we love our country, because we have an attachment to the land. Like last time I was like, oh yeah, we should remove the word nationalism from national referendum initiated by the citizens. So why? Nationalism is not an insult. When in our mind, in our sick mind, loving the place when you were born is becoming something bad. Like in which sick brain did we move away from common sense? Like people who grow up in a place have a special attachment to that place. So like, and you want that place to keep its value and keep its essence, and what is wrong with that? Like what is wrong with that? Again, common sense. I think I'm going to stop. I'm getting tired. I'm anticipating a plan B when Facebook and other social media platforms shut us down. The plan B is to basically have multiple platforms. So that's why, guys, go on YouTube, like my comment. I didn't have time to start up a Twitter or a Discord and different media. I need some help. I need some funds. I need some support because I'm getting tired doing all that by myself. But yeah, like ideally, to avoid the centralization of the media, we should diversify as much as possible. We should diversify because they can, again, if you're just using one media, if you're just using one representative, if you're just using one business, they can shut you down. If you're using multiple sources, they cannot do anything. Okay, so it's about like not putting all your eggs in the same basket. I think this is good for everything. Hey Roman, if the putain. Et merde!